Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. My name is Rob and today is going to be a beginning of the year vlog. It's January 2nd, the day after New Year's, so I'd like to wish everybody a happy New Year's. I hope this new year is good to everybody, and I hope you got to spend the weekend enjoying it with family. So I'm going to talk about things that are going to be hopefully coming to the channel. I know I talked about that, but there's a couple things I might have forgot. And I'm going to talk about a fun fact that I learned this weekend on YouTube. And it has to do with something I've been doing like for a little while now. So at least the last year or two, I've been watching a lot of old shows on TV and all that stuff, like Knight Rider, for example. And one thing I like to watch and do while I'm watching Knight Rider is try to see how many things that I can notice in the TV show that I never noticed when I was younger and when I was a kid. And I like to count them. So, and what I mean by that is, so the show was in the 80s, and a lot of things you don't notice anymore with the new technology in the shows. For example, like when you're watching Knight Rider, Kit can do all this stuff. He can jump over cars. He can drive by himself. He can drive on two wheels. And so a lot of the things I've noticed in there that I never noticed when I watched the show, and so these are fun facts, is there was one episode, it was actually in the pilot episode, Michael's goes to, I forget where it was, Silicon Valley I think it was, to find the person that shot him and bring her into justice and all that stuff. So one thing they end up doing is Kit and Michael ends up being in a demolition derby, and he meets this girl that has a son, and they go to the I guess her husband was killed by one of these people, or something happened. I don't remember exactly what, but he's trying to talk to him and get help from her, and all that stuff. But anyways, they go to the demolition derby, and there's a scene where Kit's driving on two wheels. The kid ended up sneaking in the car and all that stuff, and ended up going through the demolition derby with Michael. Well, there was one scene that they were on two wheels, and if you looked very carefully, you could tell that there was a dummy in the passenger seat of the car. You could tell that Michael Knight wasn't in the car. If you look just right, you can see the ramps when he does ski mode, and when he does the jumps, you can see the ramps just right. You can notice in the scenes when Kit's driving by himself, that there's a little blanket that matched the seat covers in the back of it. A lot of cool things like that. I like to watch and see how much difference is I can notice in an old TV show that we wouldn't notice with today's technology, and I think it's very cool. It's fun. It makes the show a little bit more interesting to watch again. Anyway, so another cool fact I learned from YouTube is I've watched Back to the Future a bunch of times. I've watched all three. I love the movie. There's a couple other movies I've watched. And this weekend I was watching this video on YouTube. There was two different ones. One was like 10 most iconic cars of the 80s, and there was another one similar to that I think had a few more cars in it, or just a different selection. And one of the cars that was on that was from the last Starfighter, was the spaceship car that was basically it was kind of like based off the DeLorean. It was a DeLorean body. It kind of looked like you could tell it looked like a space car. It looked like a station wagon version of the DeLorean in some ways. So a cool fact I learned about the Back to the Future, because the Back to the Future was one of the cars in it. So in the second Back to the Future, where Marty goes to the future, there's one scene where this Jeep is coming down from the sky and landed on the road, and Marty, they show when it's landing, the car from the last Starfighter was in the background. That was a fun fact I learned. Somebody pointed that, the guy that did the video pointed that out. And I've watched that a bunch of times and I've never noticed. I think I recently did a video with about Knight Rider, 3 different Knight Rider shows, and the Knight Rider 2000 car I think I saw in there, but I'm not 100% sure if I saw it in there, and all that stuff. So yeah, I thought that was a cool fact. So I'm hoping to do a lot more this year. I'm hoping to get my channel off the ground. I'm hoping to get a bunch of stuff to review. There's some stuff I'm going to be getting at some point this year. Just not sure when. One is going to be a 3-burner stove for camping, and a pizza oven to hook up to propane, hopefully. So a little portable one. So I'm gonna hopefully get those. If I do, I'm gonna review those. Like I said, I got a capture card that I gotta figure out how to use, see if it even works. I tried it quickly before Christmas, and I plugged it in. I guess it's not as much of a plug and play as they make it sound out to be. Either that or it's not working. I gotta figure it out, because I think I have to the end of the month to return it if it doesn't work. Like I said, I hooked it up right, and it's just not showing any video on the TV. So I don't know if there's something else I got to do. There's not really much for instructions to really, as far as detail, to tell you what to do. So I'm hoping that I can figure it out. If not, send it back. It was only $35. I'm just trying to, get a cheap one to see if it would work for what I want to do. See if I would use it enough before I'm, I'd rather spend a small amount of money and not get enough, get a good amount of use out of it, rather than spending too much and not get any use out of it, because it's, not what I want to do, or not have it work for what I want to do. Just trying to be smart with all that stuff. So I'm just, like I said, I'm hoping I can bring more to the channel and all that stuff. I'm hoping it'll be a good year. I can get my channel to take off. Like I said, my channel is mostly reviews, doing the waterfall hikes and nature scenery. Like I wouldn't really consider Quabbin Reservoir that I got up there a waterfall hike. We basically drove around there. I showed some sights. I gotta see if I can find some pictures, if I still have the pictures from a car show I went to. I might upload those. That was a couple years ago. I should still have it saved in my pictures, and I'll upload those if I can find them, and all that stuff. I'm really trying to figure things out. Like I said, this last year was a bad year. I'm hoping this year can be better, and I can figure things out. I really like doing the reviews. I really like talking about shows. I'm going to start doing that more, because in the winter time in New England, there's only so much I can do weather-wise. I can't be outside grilling, if it's 20 below, in the 20s and windy. It's just too cold for that. Whenever it's nice, I do try to cook out on the Blackstone. And just last year, time was so flying by so fast. Whenever I thought, did cooking on the Blackstone, I was halfway done before I'm like, shoot, I didn't get the camera out, didn't record it. Just had a lot on my mind. Taking care of family and all that stuff. And, just like I said, it just flew by so fast. So anyways, I just wanted to talk about that few things. Like how I like to watch the shows and see how many things I can notice in the show with the old way they did things the old days compared to having technology this year, nowadays. Because in the shows they have now, when they do the movies and stuff now, you don't always notice how when they go on two wheels that you can see the ramp there and all that stuff, and do jumps, you can see the ramps there. You don't notice when they're driving in cars and driving around. You don't notice how they're, like, in the background is recorded and all that stuff. So I think it's cool, it's fun, and all that stuff. So I hope you liked this video. I hope this video was interesting. I'm sorry if it wasn't interesting. This was just not a planned video. It was on the spur of the moment video. So Anyways, I hope you guys are having a great weekend. And all that stuff. I hope you had a good New Year's. And I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. See you in the next one.